the 20,000 odd years that dogs have been our companions, we've bred them to whatever shape and size took our fancy, even if that shape was impractical or downright unhealthy. Cats, on the other hand, have largely retained the shape natural selection gave them. But when it comes to eating, both our carnivorous companions are more used to answering a tap on the tin than dining the way their wild cousins always have, on raw meat off the bone with a little of the hide on the side. Sydney vet Tom Lonsdale believes it's through that very change of diet that today's pet lovers are condemning their carnivorous companions to a life of ill health and misery.
Opening the mouth, that often gives us a clue to the overall state of health of the patient. And straightway we can say that it's real bad. Look at this canine tooth here that's being rejected by the body, and you can see that by just touching it, it will wobble. It hurts the little dog, so we won't do too much of that whilst she's still conscious. This one here has got what we call furcation. We can stick the probe between the roots of that tooth there, and look how it just wants to wobble about in the gum.
Research tells us that up to 85% of pets have periodontal disease by the time they're 3 years old. Periodontal disease attacks the gums, which can become so infected they reject the teeth. Our vets are just waking up to the problems of periodontal disease in our domesticated carnivores, and most agree on what sort of treatment they're going to need. But when it comes to its prevention, there's heated argument throughout the veterinary world. Tom Lonsdale blames mouths like this on the exclusive feeding of commercial pet food, both canned and dried. He recommends raw meaty bones and table scraps instead of commercial foods for all cats and dogs whose breeding and health allow it.
Raw bones are admirably suited to the requirements of the carnivore.
So it must be raw, it must not be cooked.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. I'm very concerned. I think the line that Dr. Lonsdale is peddling is a real oversimplification of the issues, and I'm terribly afraid that it will have very detrimental effects on the overall health of our animals, because I would hate to see us throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak, and neglect a complete and balanced diet for dental hygiene.
Not surprisingly, Kathy McQuillan, veterinary advisor to Uncle Ben's, the largest pet food producer in Australia, doesn't see eye to eye with Tom Lonsdale. With brands such as Pal and Whiskers, Uncle Ben supplies a diet which it says provides for all your pet's nutritional requirements. Kathy McQuillan agrees the addition of meaty bones to the diet could help many animals. But, she says,
for us to try and come in giving a blanket recommendation on a veterinary line, I think is quite unacceptable as a veterinarian myself.
Why not say on the pack at least check with your vet as to the feeding of raw bones in conjunction with this food?
If we put all our recommendations of what we think is good health care on our can, we'd need a jolly big label.
The advertising of these products should be banned in much the same way that the World Health Organization determined that the only way to control the unrestricted sale of baby milk formula was to effectively ban the advertising and the promotion of these products.
The idea of feeding raw bones for healthy teeth and gums is not new, and a number of studies support this theory. But just suggesting giving your pet a bone flies in the face of conventional wisdom in both the United States and Britain, where owners are positively discouraged from doing so. The fear is that they'll break the teeth, get stuck in the throat, or even cause blockages throughout the digestive system. Here in Australia, Stephen Coles, president of the Australian Veterinary Dental Society, freely admits that he's gradually been converted to the raw bone theory. But he rejects Tom Lonsdale's call to cut out commercial foods altogether.
Most dogs now are on more convenience foods, and we have to accept that. The best thing to do would be to go and give your dog probably an oxtail with the hide still on it once a week, but that's just socially not acceptable.
There's no social stigma at Sydney's Taronga Zoo. With the addition of vitamins and minerals, the big cats eat sides of beef, whole chickens, rats and the like, and thrive on them.
We haven't seen any signs of periodontal disease in any of our big cats or canids, and some of these cats can be up to over 20 years of age.
However, few pet owners we spoke to had any idea that raw bones might be good and safe for their animals to eat.
I would have thought it may choke or whatever. That's why I haven't done it, I don't think.
Do you ever feed your cats bones?
No, never.
While bones were definitely out of fashion, toothbrushes were in.
We brush his teeth.
You brush your cat's teeth?
What with? Our vet suggested that we buy some sort of toothpaste, and with stocking, my husband does brushes his teeth.
Sadly, this is true for some animals, especially those whose shapes have been engineered by man and not nature.
Lovely, isn't it?
And if you do want to check to see whether your animal's gums and teeth are nice and healthy, there is one quick way. Just have a good sniff of their breath. Bad breath means not a very healthy mouth. She smells beautiful.